Awesome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter when you catch this particular replay. We appreciate you. For those of you who are in the room, thank you for being in the room where it happens. I am Altovise Pelzer at Altovise Unmuted. Super excited, you guys. There have been some great adjustments, enhancements, new things to try, and new things that make you happy as an influencer on the Logie platform. And we're going to be talking about quite a few of those things on today in this particular training. But I do want to tell you guys that I am going to give you a tip at the end of this video. And yeah, that's your homework. You guys know I give homework. Come on. Come on. You have to be willing to do the work, right? That's going to be your homework at the end of the session. I'll give you a tip. And here's the thing, the tip that I give you, I want you to monitor this thing for the next 30 days, for the next 60 days. For some of you, you may say, I want to monitor it for like 2 months and see how it goes. But this is going to be a really great option for a lot of you. And it falls right in alignment with some of the things we're going to be talking about in this session, and how you move forward when it comes to being a Logie, a fellow Logie. With that being said, y'all, first and foremost, have y'all seen all the updates? Have you seen the emails? Have you seen the website? They look phenomenal. And one of the things that really stood out, especially because with what a lot of people saw last year, is that trying to get a sample became a really hectic battle. You're battling with other influencers who are trying to get free samples. You're battling with people who are just coming into the program, those who have been in and they know how to talk to brands a little bit differently. And they have like some examples to be able to show where you may be coming in brand new and not have examples to show. And so even when it came to creator connection, which is supposed to be a smaller pool of influencers reaching out to brands, a lot of people were just hearing crickets. They were not hearing any feedback from the brands themselves, or brands were saying, we don't have any samples. Brands were saying, well, I got to see you make sales first. And so many different things were coming up, and it was really frustrating for a lot of influencers and content creators. But Logie said, aha, I have something for you. And so they implemented a 50% off coupon for some of the samples that is gifted by some of the brands that we as influencers on the Logie program get to utilize. Now, here's why this is so cool. I've utilized this, and I'm going to tell you again at the end one of the tips on how I utilized it and why it was so important. But I've been able to utilize it, and I think I've purchased maybe 3 or 4 samples so far with the 50% off. It's a really great option. It's really easy to use. So when you go in and you see a sample, and you click on the one that you're interested in, you're going to see the little button on the side that says get a sample, right? When you click on it, it'll tell you if that particular product has that 50% off, because you'll see it right away. Now, if you're using this for the first time, then you're going to have to add whatever payment information that you need to be able to do it. Yes, we will show you guys a demo. Definitely will. You'll get the option to put in your payment, whatever option that you want in order for you to purchase the sample. And again, you'll see the price at the 50% off mark. And then here's the cool thing, and we're going to show you all of this as well. When you go and you make that purchase, now that sample pops up in your product match section on Logie. So it comes up right with the rest of your product matches. So you don't have to try to remember, what was it that I ordered? I ordered something from Logie. What was it again? Not only that, you also get an email from Logie letting you know that the purchase has been made and accepted, that it all went through. So this is why it's important. It's because we get to be able to know what part of the process we're on when you make the purchase. Not just that, it puts you in control of the content you're creating and the products that you have on hand. So some of you may have been saying, "Oh, well, um, I don't like some of the products that I might have been matched with, or I don't know what kind of products I want to try out." This is your opportunity to get the sample of a product that you're interested in at a 50% discount. Create the content, see how well it does for you and the audience that you have on the platform, or even off site, off the platform, and be able to benefit from it, because you still go ahead and you make the commission on the product price, not the price that you paid for it. That part. So it's not like the product was on sale and you got it at a sale price and now you're making a smaller amount. No, you still get it at whatever full amount or whatever sale amount it's currently on. You just were able to get it at a deeper discount because you are an influencer on the platform. So are you able to bring it up for me, Ehud, so they can see the process in 3D? And again, I've done this 3 or 4 times now. And again, I will tell you at the end the specific things that I chose and why I chose them and how you can kind of test it out for yourself as well.
Absolutely. And I'm going to take a few seconds to load what we need to load here. I'll just log into my Logie so we can take a look at it together. And also, like you said, I think that the coolest thing right now is the emails that you don't even need to log in. You just get every step of the way, like literally every second, you're getting an email notification. And that was Andrew actually requested it last weekend, I think, and I promised him that he's going to see every single step of the way, and we just implemented it. And I just find it so super powerful that you cannot miss it. You cannot miss it. It's like literally everything just keeps on showing in your email once it is being out for delivery. Once it is being, when we know that it's coming on Monday, you're going to get a notification. Once it's being delivered, you'll get a delivery confirmation. Like every step of the way is there right now. So pretty exciting for everything. So I will share my screen, and we'll probably be able to kind of show what you're talking about. So I'm going to do it here. Share. Share my screen, Google Chrome, and share. So let me know when you guys can see the screen.
And it's up. And so you guys should be able to see all the products.
Okay, greatissimo.
Mm-hmm.
So here we see all the opportunities, and just talking about these amazing opportunities. We keep on growing. You'll see new products all the time. I'm super excited about it. When one brand leaves, finishes their campaign, there's like 3 or 4 new brands that are joining. So I just feel like it's amazing. It's like an ever evolving thing. And, unlike other programs, including Amazon Creator Connection, we're really making sure that we're only taking and approving top sellers, bestsellers, and big brands. And if those brands are on Creator Connection as well, then we will allow them and enable them to be able to send product samples to the top influencers out there. I think that's one of the biggest things that we offer brands, especially when they're on Creator Connection as well. And we tell them, listen, you are bombarded with all these messages, and a lot of these brands are fed up with just like tons of people reaching out to them, and they don't know who they are, and they don't know what you've been doing, and they don't know if you can actually sell their products. That's why they stopped responding to all these hundreds of messages they're getting, and all these extensions, which are amazing for us, but pretty frustrating for brands, which makes it so easy to just, in a way, spam the brands, because you know how those extensions just keep on sending those messages, and the brands keep on getting the same type of messages from so many influencers. They cannot decide on who to send these samples to. And that's where Logie comes into the picture. And a lot of these brands are joining Logie just because they hear that Logie is the number one platform that really allows them to be matched with the top influencer for their specific product. And we're using really advanced AI to see what each influencer is doing, what they're talking about during their shows, how popular they are on social media, and what products they were able to sell in the past. So we're huge in doing that. And every brand that wants to make it big, they use us to do that. And a lot of these creator connection brands are now starting to use Logie to achieve that. And as you all know, do not be disappointed. If you are getting paid on Creator Connections, you will not be getting double dipping on Logie, and that's just the fair way to do it. I know that we did take advantage of it in the past and we were able to double dip, but that wasn't fair for the brands who were losing money. And Logie is one of these things of making things so much easier for both influencers and brands. We are eliminating double dipping. So if that brand is a Creator Connection brand, you will still get paid, but on your Creator Connection side. However, you'll be able to get the sample and to get the data and the reporting and the amazing AI automations that Logie offers using the Logie ecosystem. So yeah, with that being said, all these opportunities, and I'm going to this new tab that we added recently, like Altovise said, my matches, which is pretty cool to see kind of how it works, and this is kind of you seeing what it looks like on my sample account here. And you see that if we're just looking at this at the moment, we see like kind of the status of the match. And you can see that it is, a lot of people don't even know that they can change the way that they see it. Because right now it's a grid view and I can immediately see the products. It's very visual. It's very nice. And I can see that little badge. It says expired, shipped, skipped, all these badges that really show me the status of the actual thing. You see accepted, shipped, skipped, expired, all these badges. But I can also click this button right here in the upper right that changes the view from a grid view to a list view, kind of a table view, see? And some people would prefer to see it this way. This is a really cool way of seeing it because some people would like to just hit that status button and immediately sort the list by the status so they can kind of see immediately how it works. And if they want to see all of the results, they can come here and change it from 10 view to a 50 records view to a 100 records view. So I can click on 50 and now I can see all of them. So I can immediately see the color changing and I know how many expired, how many were skipped. And with your permission, Altovise, I'll just remind people that having this expired is very bad for you. So here I see that I have those red expired, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's a tip. This is a tip for all Logie creators. If your ratio in your table here, that you have a big ratio of expired versus skipped or accepted, it's not good for you. It's really, if you're seeing a decline in how many products you're being matched with, that's one of the biggest reasons. Okay? If you have multiple expired is a very bad thing that happens in your account. Because if you're getting a notification from Logie that tells you you've been matched and you don't want it, don't let it go without you clicking the button. Immediately click the skip button. Because clicking a skip button is actually good for you. It trains our AI to tell us, hey, I'm not interested in this type of product. So we will hopefully not match you with similar products in the future. And the more you click skip or accept, the better the AI is learning what products to match you in the future. It's all a matter of statistics and ratios. So, how many times I skipped a certain product versus how many times I accepted a certain product's category. Okay? We're not looking at the product, we're looking at the product category. And also the product price. Maybe it was a too cheap of a price product and you don't want to promote a product that is only $9.99. You're only promoting products that are, $50 and above. Everyone has their strategy, right? So it's important that you don't see that expired showing here. But just like Altovi said, you can literally see all that data here. And soon you're going to see what you're getting in the email. So I'm not sure if you saw it, but I'm sure that everyone who's active on Logie already saw it. The new email sequence is mind-boggling because what we did is we figured out that we want to basically change the way that people are getting their notifications and every time know exactly where they stand uh, during that time. And I'm going to share my screen again, showing you like an example of an email so everybody can see it. So let me share my this screen instead and more. Share, share. And where is it? Here we go. So basically now you're going to be getting this much, we're updating our look for 2026. So some of you already started seeing our look is getting more slick and stuff. Our logo became cleaner, no more of that bitmap logo. It's a vector clean logo and everything. But you will get this match email. That's going to be the first email you're going to get. And you're going to immediately see that you're in that step when you're getting matched. But you also see um, this really cool wizard. It's like a process wizard. You know how you're going to do a certain project and you have like a wizard that shows you every step of the way. So that's how it works. Once you're getting matched, you will see that you're in the match sequence. I just opened this example for Altovise that she was approved for the trichology sample and it has been accepted. And you can see that, at 1:16 p.m. she was matched. At 1:43 p.m. she accepted it. Why is that so amazing? Why is Altovise doing good when it comes to the AI matches and she's probably getting matched with a lot of products? Because of that. If you see that you've been matched with the products at 1:16 p.m. on December 24th, oh, actually, I was giving you a credit, but you're not supposed to get that credit. I'm taking that credit back. That's because of the um I'm not sure why, but oh, that was Christmas. I think it was Christmas and all that stuff. She's laughing like crazy. I gave you credit because I saw 1:16 and 1:43, and I didn't say that it's 3 days apart. Yeah, so that's bad. That's actually lowering your score because we want to see that you've been replying to that to the product match as soon as you can, right? And if you see that you've been matched with a product on December 24th, 2025, and you were matched at 1:16 p.m., and you see, let's say that this is actually December 24th, and you accepted it at 1:43 p.m., which is literally what, like 20 minutes later, 25 minutes later, that is an amazing boost for the AI because the AI is looking at that difference between when you were matched and when you actually hit that accept button. And as you know, we have a very limited amount of time that gives you that ability to be accepting the product. And many times, if it's done, you'll click accept, and it will tell you. And I'm sure that many of you saw it before. We apologize, but you missed the deadline. And the only way that you're getting rematched, or if you request it, is if you either two things happen. Either you reach out to support and ask them, tell them, hey, I hit that skip by mistake, and I actually wanted to accept the button. And then they will let the system know that if anyone else is clicking skip, then you're going to be rematched with it again. That's how it works. Or if someone skipped and it's in the queue, and then you click accept, and you were lucky enough to have that product in the queue while you click the accept, even though the time passed, then you still might be lucky to get the product. Okay, so that's kind of how it works. But that's how it works. So if the longer you wait before you click skip or accept, the worse it is for your score in the system. And then you see that once you click accepted, then you will see the out for delivery email that is also pretty amazing. So now you know, okay, I did accept it on December 27 and it actually went out to me on December 28 at 2 p.m. And then you have another sequence over there that says update. So if we know that it's coming on Monday, you're going to get a new email notification that tells you, hey, your new product is actually arriving on Monday. And the cool thing about it, which you will see in the next few days, is that this is going to be one of the most crucial emails in the sequence because this is the email that we're going to be adding the entire brief that you guys requested that we will add that we used to only send you if you didn't create content. So our first approach was, hey, if these guys don't create content, then let's send them an email with like a little bit of a AI help, give them ideas, give them inspiration, all that kind of stuff. Um, and we realized that, hey, why not do it for everybody 2, 3 days before they actually get the product? So in the next few days, you will be able to get that important update email that will tell you your product is arriving on Wednesday, important brief inside. In the next few days, it's not going to be there, the entire brief, but we're working on it that you will get the entire brief inside that email. And I think it's going to make your life so much easier when creating content. So super exciting news about that. And maybe I can also show you the what it looks like when the product is being delivered. So you can see actually how cool it is. So let's see, we come here, we open this in a new window. So you can also see what it looks like when you're getting that new update about the product being delivered. I feel like this is a really cool thing because we didn't have that functionality before. And I just feel like it's so, so nice when you see it. So let me share that thing. And I'm sure that as I'm talking to you, most of you already saw it. You probably already got those emails because it started literally about a week ago, but this is what the delivery email looks like. Again, I'm super proud of it, and I want to thank Andrew for pushing me to make sure that it's happening. But this is the delivery email. So, it says excellent news. Your Upland Outdoor sample has been successfully delivered. We can't wait to see the amazing content you'll create with it. And as you can see, now all these are checked. All the next steps are checked in green, that little wizard in your email. And you can see clearly there is no questions asked. Your profile was matched with Upland Outdoors on December 22nd at 8:40 a.m. Your sample request has been approved on December 23 at 12:45 p.m. So it took more than 24 hours to get the product to be accepted and approved. Again, not the best for your AI algorithm. Out for delivery, you got an email that told you that this is being shipped out. Look, once you accepted it, literally 30 minutes later, it was already out for delivery. Just showing you how fast this can happen. So the system is fully automated and it's just working like magic. I'm super happy about that. And as you can see, 2 days later, December 25th at 8:59 p.m., your product has been delivered, and you can see that delivery confirmation image. So there's no questions asked, and you can see all the order details about the product, and you can see all this information, which is so, so important for you to know. You have the ASIN here, you have your match ID. If you ever reach out support, you can tell them, this is my match ID. If there's a problem with the order, you can tell them the order ID. So, match ID will help us track everything about this specific match. But if we want to track anything about your order, then you're going to give us the order ID. And you can see the price here and the taxes and the total. What is the total? Why is the total so much higher than the price plus the tax? And the answer is because you got shipped more than one product inside this box. So this product here that was delivered to you had two different products, and both of them together cost Logie $38.40. As you know, this is real money that is being paid for those products. Logie is actually shipping you products in full price that the brands are actually covering the reimbursement of your product samples. But this is not, this is important. And this is really important for a lot of people who asked for tax reasons. The fact that Logie is actually tracking how much we actually paid for every product sample you received, super powerful. So if you see a product that is only $10, $20, and I'm not an accountant and I'm not a tax advisor, so I must have this disclaimer that everything that I'm telling you is not a tax advice. Consult with your own accountant. But as I heard from previous accountants that went on our shows before, if a product is really like, 10, $20 and it's a simple product, it's not a big deal, then they don't usually take the time to report it because, it's just like they have a way of just waiving it. But if it's a product that is like, a pluggable product for $50, $100, and it does add up, then those are probably products that you want to mention as an income in your tax return because you're getting products that are worth hundreds of dollars. So you want to show the IRS that you received. This is kind of a compensation proof. And if there will be a demand, we will also be able to add this, table or page to your Logie report, so you can actually download it at the end of the year and just hand it to your accountant and say, hey, here are the product samples that I got. Here is exactly on the cent, on the cent, how much money those products actually cost. There's no guesswork. You know exactly every sample, how much it's worth. How cool is that? That you don't have to kind of maintain your own Excel file, Google Sheets, whatever it is, and figure out, okay, this is the product that I got as a sample. That's how much money it was, showing up on Amazon, or at the end of the year, you're checking how much it costs, but it's not the same as it costs when you got the sample, or now they're on sale, or now they double the price. So this is like literally hands-on what we paid real cash to get your product samples. And it's going to be interesting to show it to you on your dashboard, because then you'll be able to literally see that you got samples worth $1,592 in the past year from Logie. That's pretty impressive. Some of you got product worth thousands, some of you got products worth hundreds of dollars. I don't know anyone who got products less than like $100, $200. Like I know that we keep on shipping samples to every single one, and those are worth hundreds of dollars. So by itself, it's an amazing benefit to have. Yeah, so you have all that, those amazing emails, and this is pretty much one of the coolest thing that I'm proud of. And this is thanks to Andrew for pushing us to do it. This little wizard that shows you exactly where you are in the process. And this exact thing that you see here in your emails is going to be implemented soon in that Logie dashboard itself, where you won't just see your it's going to be divided into the badges that you see for the sample opportunity, whether it was skipped, rejected, accepted, expired. Now you'll actually see every step of the way from match to accepted to out for delivery to, arriving on Monday to delivered. So basically, there's no way you miss anything during that step. And how cool is that, Altovise?
Extremely. And you just answered. So you answered Latoya's question, which was, is the same information going to be on the Logie account? So it's coming to the Logie account soon. And then uh Andrew just said that he may have a glitch because he hasn't gotten the notifications, but also his indicators on his product match page haven't been transferred over. So it doesn't say that they've been, for the stuff that's been recently delivered. So again, this is brand new. It's still in the works, making sure that it kind of works and that it's able to catch everything, because this is for not just the product samples that Logie is sending, but also for what you order as well. So you'll get this same level of notifications, the emails and everything for the stuff that you purchase through Logie, as well as the things that are being sent directly from Logie. So, which is ideal. When he just said, hold on, because when he just said that it'll be up on the site and we'll be able to just download it at the end of the year, that's a game changer, because we actually, as influencers, are supposed to be keeping a running log of the samples that we're getting. Not everybody does. But we're supposed to be keeping a running log of the samples that we're getting for tax purposes. And so we've also seen, this is why this is so important. We also seen some changes coming, or that have started to come, from Amazon when it comes to the tax side. So we don't know if they're about to start taking taxes out of what we receive or not yet. We just saw the changes. We don't know what it fully means just yet, right? So again, that's why stuff like this is really important, because it allows you as the influencer, the content creator, the brand, to be able to keep documentation of what it is that you're doing. So not only do you have access to samples that some other influencers don't have access to, or you have it at a discount that other influencers may not have that discount or have access to, or even know about some of these brands. Because the reality is there's brands that are on Logie that I've not seen other influencers promoting. And so that means that you get to be like, okay, let me check the carousel, let me see how well it's doing. This may be the one that I go for. And again, that's why we're going to have those tips and that homework at the end, because if one of the things that you should be doing And I rarely say like on this level that as a content creator you should be doing this for a certain year. Like this is a no-brainer. You need to do this. But you should be investing in products this year. And so yes, it's great to get the free products, but you should be investing in products because it gives you the advantage. There's so many times where I have invested in a product and I've seen that product do really well and it wasn't on Creator Connections. And then months later, or even a year later, I've seen it on Creator Connections and I already had the content. And so it gave me an extra boost because I already had content for it. So while other people were trying to get a sample from the brand, I already had a sample or the product and I had already uploaded content and it just made me be in a boost because I was already there.
It
So
gave you an edge. It gave you this edge that,
definitely
everybody keeps on looking for.
that exactly. And you're going to see more and more people going and trying to fight for the free samples. This gives you definitely an edge. It gives you that way in where you may not have had that way in. And this is great because it doesn't matter what level you're on. When you're in creator connections, they're looking for influencers who are in those top two tiers because they're like, okay, I know that they're doing really well when it comes to dot, dot, dot. But just because you're not in those top two tiers doesn't mean you're not doing well. It just means you might have just come into the program. You might not have enough content out, but you're not in those top two. And so they're like, well, we kind of want to, go towards just the top two. Or some of them have even said outright that they only want platinum level influencers to work with. And so it's like, man, I'm trying to fight this uphill climb, and I'm not getting any help. Well, Logie is your person that's at the top of the hill with a string. Well, not a string because a string might pop, but with a rope, saying, "Okay, I'm going to pull you up, and I'm giving you the leverage that you need in order for you to make it to the same level that those other influencers are already at." And
And I'm
so
gonna and I'm gonna have to ask you, Altovise, because it's so interesting that you're saying it, because don't you agree that those brands that want to see only those platinum creators are literally shooting themselves in their own legs and making themselves, fail miserably? And that's something that we keep on telling brands, and they just don't understand it. They think that if an influencer reached a certain amount of sales, which is great, but these sales doesn't have to do anything with their ability to push your type of product. That means that, okay, they were either lucky enough to be placed in a few good placements, and Amazon is not taking their video off of this placement, and they keep on getting hundreds of sales for that specific product, which push them to platinum. Whereas your category is their weakest category. They're not going to be able to sell even one product for you, and you believe that because they have that platinum badge on their account, they will be good for you. And if you agree, Altovis, let's teach them different. Let's make them understand that it's not about the badge. It's about the reality of what really works for that specific influencer. Even if they're just silver, even if their badge they didn't do any good in other things, but they're so good in promoting those dog products. And you're literally giving all your samples to these people that is making so much money because she's selling beauty products and fashion products like crazy. But this guy that is selling dogs product and is only silver, you're missing out, right, Altavis?
it's one of the biggest things when it comes to being an influencer in this content creator lifestyle, right? Because people always thought, oh, you had to have the numbers, like you had to have 100,000 followers, you had to have 10,000 followers, you had to have 50,000 followers. And they realized over time that that was great, but that didn't make them become an influencer. It just meant that people watched their stuff. It didn't convert. And that's why when I'm telling you guys that you need to know your numbers, it's really important for you to know where you're converting. What are your top categories? Because again, when we talk about making the investment, there's a time where you can go, okay, it's a lull right now. Some of my best sellers are going to continue to sell without me having to do any work. This is my time for me to go and try another category. This is my time to go and buy something that's a little more expensive than what I've gone and done created content for before, because now I get to see what it can do. That's how you maneuver through this whole journey as an influencer, because we saw that years and years and years ago, where an influencer had all of these followers and then couldn't sell a t-shirt. And so she only had to sell like 25 t-shirts and couldn't sell 25 t-shirts, and had thousands and thousands and thousands of followers. So that's great. But unfortunately, the brands that we're talking about are a lot of times smaller brands. And so they don't understand that process. All they know is, oh, you have a lot of followers, you must have people that are going to buy if you say that this is the thing. That's not the case. And we've always talked about how sometimes it's not even about, oh, this is the best, this is it, this is the best one, it's the only one that's around. It's not. But it's kind of just being honest and being influential in, listen, I'm showing up, this is the product, this is how it works or doesn't work, this is how I use it, and people going and saying, I'll buy it. So I did a video, I uploaded it uh because I tasted some wine drops that my aunt had at her house. I've never heard of wine drops before. And I was nervous about it because they were like, I don't know if you're going to like the taste, but I tried it.
Okay, now that's it.
I
You
did
said
the
all that
actual
junk there.
video. And on the video, you see my facial expressions. I do not have a poker face. So you see my actual facial expression when I did it, when I tried it. The fact that I was like, that's not the way. That's not it. But guess what? I still had somebody in the comments ask, okay, well, what does it do? It wasn't necessarily a deterrent for that person, because I was being authentic about the taste, and I told them that the taste, it tasted like old berries. So I was being authentic about it, but it made them say, okay, well, what does it do? And did they go buy it? I don't know if they went and bought it. I don't know, but it puts you in a different space. So that's more valuable than just how many followers you have or what actual level you're on. This is why I said this is so important, because when we look at being able to make an investment in a product, then I get to choose what categories I'm going to test. I get to choose what categories I'm going to show up in. And when I show up in those categories, I get to be able to follow the numbers over time and see what does well and what doesn't do well. Does it mean that everything you make an investment in is going to sell 5,000 things? No, it doesn't. But like we said, there's several Logie brands that are in stores. There are several Logie brands that are in, that of course are on Amazon, and they're doing really well. But you may have gotten one product from that particular brand and they have 10. That part, right? So that's where you go back and you make that investment in another product. So you already did a video for one of their products. You do a video for another one of their products that you've made the investment in. So now you have two. And let me see, what time is it? Yeah, because I can give y'all the homework / tip that I was going to say, especially if you're looking.
Don't feel bad doing it. It's only 2:45 and
Yeah.
the year's just started.
Because you can do
The
this
year just
actually.
started. We have at
No.
least 363 more days to go. So go ahead. We have all the time we need.
This is great if you're looking for off-site engagement. Off-site engagement. Okay. And I can tell you this because again, we're here, we're both in this, we're in this together. So if you have one product from a brand, or you may already have multiple products. If not, you make an investment on a second product from that same brand. You create a video. It could be a funny video. It could be a video of you talking about it to somebody else. It could be any type of video that you want to do. And you upload that video to YouTube, to Facebook, to TikTok, to Instagram. And you're tagging the brand. You're tagging Logie and saying, hey, as a Logie influencer, these are some of the brands that I work with. This is one of the brands that I work with. Listen, We're not even talking about you having to necessarily be talking about the actual specifics of that product, but just, hey, as a influencer for the program, this, for Logie, this is what, these are the type of products that we work with or type of brands we work with. I got this one and I was able to get a discount on getting this one. Here's the thing. If you're doing it on Instagram or Facebook, you can share it to your stories and put the direct link to either a list with those products or the same video that you uploaded to Amazon. Now, of course, depending on what you're saying in the video, right? Because I don't know if we can say Logie in the videos. Well, we can. I've said Logie in some of my videos, saying that, I've gotten this through my connection through Logie. But you want to make sure that, again, that's you're specifying that you got the products through a collaboration with Logie. You can tag the products. You can do a link to an idea list with multiple products from that same brand. Multiple. So if you do an idea list with a brand and they have 15 products and you put just 8 of them in there, and we'll say the laser level, how to remodeling your bathroom. If you have one of those products or 2 and you say, hey, this is the product that I got and I invested and this is the brand and it's through me being connected to Logie, and then the link is to that idea list with all of those. Well, now they see all of the products. If they make a purchase of any of those products, you get the commission. You've brought them from offsite, so you also get the engagement on your social media page. You also have social proof because you're telling them, hey, not only am I working with this company called Logie, who works only with influencers, but I'm also working with this brand through Logie. That's your social proof. That's your social proof. So this is why I'm telling you to do it now. We're at the beginning of the year. Right now, people have gift cards and money to spend, and they're going to be going to Amazon to spend it. So this is your opportunity. You don't have to do a whole bunch of them. Do like 1 or 2, and then monitor the engagement that you get on social media. I'm going to tell you why. Monitor any conversion that you may have, or like you see people come into that list or come into that video. You see it getting a lot of clicks. You see engagement happening. Monitor that, because now moving forward in February, you can say, hey, to another brand that you're reaching out to on Creator Connection or somewhere else, you can say, hey, I'm a influencer that works with Logie and I did this piece of content. I was able to get this amount of clicks in 30 days. I was able to convert this many times in 30 days. Again, this is all information that you're able to get right on the Logie site. So now not only have you created content for social media, but you've also created engagement to bring people off site to your storefronts, to your videos, to your idea list. And then it converts. That's the biggest thing, right? It converts. So we're making money. So not only did it convert, but now you also have that social proof to be able to move forward and say, this is what I can do. So now it doesn't matter if you're bronze, silver, gold, or platinum. You have the social proof to say, this is what I can do. It doesn't matter. And when I tell you, as somebody who I've been what they call them, a nano influencer or a micro influencer. I've been a micro influencer this whole journey. I've worked with brands that I literally have worked with for multiple years. I've worked with brands where every year, every couple months, they send me a new product. They reach out, say, hey, we just want to check to make sure the address is still the same, what size you need, what color, and they send it. Why? Because they know what I've been able to do for them in the past. They know what I have done for them in the past. And they know that I'm consistent. Now, doing this particular tip, you can do this. Listen, Andrew just said, come on, Andrew. Andrew just said, Wait, I have to go back. Andrew just said, I just did a blog post last night for influencers and brands to join Logie. It's the first of this year's campaign to help grow Logie and earn affiliate income. Exactly. Listen, let's go. Andrew said, you just made me think of Friday with Ice Cube. So exactly. um, Megan said, it's like when brands see a big amount of followers, we talked about that earlier, 500K, and think it will translate into sales. And I've seen so many, here's the other thing. I've seen so many brands where they won't even look at you if you're under a certain amount. They're like, no. And I've been able to go back and say, well, that may be the case, but I've created this content for this particular brand. And over the last 3 years, this is how many units I've sold. And they've been able to say, uh, okay, can you give us a link to the content? I sure can. I most definitely can. And as a micro influencer, nano influencer, I've still been able to work with brands unapologetically. I told y'all, I was just looking at my numbers, and one of the pieces of content that I made in 2024 last year sold over 200 units. I mean, I'm able to show them the proof. 200 units in a year, and I'm a micro influencer. That's not bad from one piece of content. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I was only a couple of points away from the next tier and didn't make the final stretch. Going to keep moving forward, though. I was so close. Exactly. And sometimes it's like we could work really, really hard and just not make it to that next tier or miss it because of something going on. There could be something going on personally and we miss it, and we just don't get to it. Um, but you know what you can do. You know what you have sold over the last year. You know what your top sellers have been. If you don't, go download your reports. Go look at Logie. Go look at your reports and see what were your top brands, what were your top categories. You have all that information in order for you to be able to advocate for yourself as an influencer. Andrew said, I hear you on that, Megan. That's what happened to me last year. Exactly, exactly. And again, being able to invest in samples through Logie allows you to be able to diversify, because here's the other thing is when you're getting samples, it may have been samples that were all lower cost items. When I first started doing Amazon, because I've been doing Amazon for 4.5 years now. So when I first started, I was just getting whatever they were sending. I was a part of a couple different programs that were sending samples that hardly ever converted, which is crazy. Um, because at least one of those they aren't even around anymore. Uh, but you have to understand that that's what a lot of people do when they first come in. And so a lot of the stuff they're doing videos for, it doesn't convert. It's stuff that you look and go, I don't even know why I did a video for that. What was I thinking? Uh, but over time, again, there were some things that I got that did really well. And I was able to use that information in order for me to get even better samples. I was able to use that information to start looking at, okay, what are people really looking at my products, looking at my videos and buying versus what they're looking at when it comes to somebody else. Like, I think the most expensive thing that I've had convert last year was a Logie product. Yeah, it was a Logie product from iStem. That was one of the most expensive things that I had convert last year. Actually, I say in the last quarter. Again, it comes from just being able to be consistent. You had something you wanted to add, Ehud?
First, I wanted to add that I need to be unmuted to talk, not just you, not just Altovise unmuted. Altovise, this is going to be an amazing year for everybody. Just hearing you say how this Logie product and this one in particular, just like keep on crushing it. Listen, everybody needs to put their, 2026, what do you call it? Year in review or year in, I always forget that word. They always say, your, what is it? Your 2026 resolution, right? Resolution. Resolutions. Wow. Wow. Can I just tell you that 2025 wasn't an easy year. I think it was literally the hardest year for me and for Logie and for, the growing pains, and so many things happened to so many people that I know, so many creators. We've been, we've been we've been suffering, There was a lot of suffering going on, and so many changes that we just kind of lost track of what are we doing, where are we going, where are we heading. So I just feel like I hope it's not gonna get worse, and I just feel like 2026 is gonna be amazing because just the last week, 2025, I felt like so many things are opening up, so many good things are going to happen, so many people are coming with these amazing energies, um, and I'm just so excited about it and seeing how this is going to roll out, and all these new features that we're pushing with the samples and getting samples. And you know what? You asked me if I have anything to say, so yeah, I want to double click on that. One thing is for sure, people realize that just, grabbing a lot of free samples is not the answer, even though when you do grab the Logie samples, you're in a very good position because it's not the samples that everybody's asking for. I want to mention that a lot of creators are, getting sample offers from brands and getting a lot of getting brands to reply to them. But these brands that sell you all that give you all these free samples, they give it to everybody. Why? How can we be sure that when a brand is actually offering me a sample, they most likely are giving it to everyone they can, and it's going to be a saturated product, and we're not going to have a lot of potential making money out of it? How do we know it? Well, the answer is simple. If that brand never asked for our storefront or social media platforms, if that brand never actually asked to see our sale reports or know how good we're selling, there is no way they could know. So that proves the point that, okay, if they don't know anything about me and they're still sending me this sample, that just means that they're sending this sample to as many people as they can, meaning that there's going to be dozens, if not hundreds, of these samples all over the place, which eventually, as you all know, means that it's going to be saturated and it's going to be very hard to generate sales because we're all competing on the same spot on the Amazon.com marketplace. And unless we're really good offsite, which some of us are, and we can actually leverage the offsite potential, then it's kind of a cat in the sack, meaning that they're offering you this free sample and you're going to be spending your time creating content and wasting your time on it, and you're not going to see the best results. And why is Logie, this crazy technology that we've been building together for the past 3 years, why is Logie such a good solution for this? And I think that the answer is obvious. Logie has the data that nobody else has. Logie is tracking every content you ever made in your life, and it's embedding it into AI RAG system, which is for people that are not technological. It means that we're taking every spoken word that you say, we're taking every title, every description, and every hashtag you ever used. We're taking frames from your videos or the actual photos that you upload, and we embed them into vector databases, and we know what generated sales and what didn't generate sales. Nobody does it better. There is a reason why Logi is the #1 platform when it comes to the Amazon influencers and brands collaborations. Because we are the only ones who've been here for so many years, and we're the only ones who really have all the active Amazon influencers on our platform. Every active Amazon influencer is on Logie. Thousands of Amazon influencers that we literally digest every word they ever said. And now when a brand comes to us and says, hey, I have 7 units of this product that I want to ship every single month. Only 7. I don't want to ship more than 7. Maybe it's because the product is too expensive. Maybe because that's the amount of product they want to ship out because they have limited inventory. Whatever the reason is, they come to Logie and they say, I have 7 units of this product. Oh, and I have 5 units of that product and 2 units of that product. And Logie needs to take that data and find the best influencer from all of Amazon that is most likely to generate sales for that specific product. Why? Why do we have to do it? Because if we wouldn't do it, there is no reason for Logie to exist. Because that is the only thing that Logie does better than anybody else, that if we wouldn't exist, brands will be very upset. This is that one moat that makes Logie such an amazing platform that is really that already changed the entire Amazon brands influencers industry, but in 2026 is going to double down on everything because our AI systems are getting bigger and better. And the final solution is if the brand is making more money, the influencer is making more money. If the influencer is making more money, Logie is making more money. If the brand is making more money and the influencer is making more money and Logie is making more money, that means that there is a very happy customer at the end of this funnel. That's just the way it works. And that's where nobody can beat us. Nobody. Nobody's doing it better than us. Nobody has the data we have. Nobody's investing thousands of dollars in infrastructure and in model training and in embeddings like we do. Because a lot of other companies that started popping up lately, they're mostly using those scripts, and using a script is great, but having a big data company like Logie that has millions of data points and we're paying so much money. I can't even tell you the amount of money we pay monthly just for data storage. You have no idea how much data we have going years back. Remember Logie started when the Amazon Influencer Program started? We started much before because we were working with Amazon on building Amazon Live before the Amazon Influencer Program was still there. So when Amazon Influencer Program launched, Logie launched with it. The day Amazon launched the Influencer Program, that's the day Logie launched and started collecting data from day zero. We have every single post, every single video, every single collection, every single live stream, every single message on those live streams. Believe it or not, we have it all stored in our database and we keep on doing it daily. There is no other company that has all this data except for Amazon. And Amazon is not using this data. And I just want to double click on that as well and mention that every single piece of data that Logie has been collected has been public data. 100% legit. Nothing was getting data that is not publicly available for everybody. So Logie was always keeping the terms of service and all the rules and regulations as priority because we have investors and we wanted to make sure that our company is always, following the rules. So we only collected public data, but every single public data that was there. Now, why is it so cool? Because even if Amazon deleted some of your content, we still have it in our database. It's so funny. So many times there's videos that have been removed. Even Amazon themselves did some webinars and they said something that they weren't supposed to say. They literally removed the entire webinar. We had it stored because we kept on storing all this data. So just, some funny anecdote about that. It was really cool. We were able to, mention it, share with our audiences. So in 2026, my resolution for me, for Logie, to grow, to conquer this industry and to make as many relationships as we can with anybody in the field. So if you work with another service provider, if you work with another app, if you have some kind of an extension installed that you're using daily, reach out to them in the group or in private messages and mention to them that they can integrate Logie in one snippet of code. Tell them, reach out to the Logie team. They will be so happy to integrate with you. And just tell them we want in, and they will give you that snippet of code. We're going to give them a snippet of code to put in their extension, in their app. And now, every time you'll be logging into their app or using their extension, you'll be able to immediately see if there are related Logie product opportunities instantly. And the first ones to do it in 2026 is Fluencer Fruit and Liz. She's amazing, and I'm super happy that we will be hosting her next week to show how she already implemented that. And I hope to have a lot of these other tools. And I need your help, guys, of course, to reach out to them because I don't know everybody and I don't know who's out there. But anyone who's building something for Amazon influencers, let them know that we are building these APIs to really help them get the word out there because we want to do a lot of integrations with a lot of these extensions so we can help them get the best offers for everybody. So Altovise, thank you so much for letting me kind of, pour my own 2026 resolutions and thoughts and hopes. And yeah, and I'll hand you back the microphone.
Most definitely, because I know for me, one of the things that I'll be doing for 2026 is making bigger investments. I've already been making investments in products. Of course, I've made investments through Logie for several products, and I've seen, again, always seen the benefit. I've seen more products move and convert that I've made an investment in versus the ones that I have been gifted. I've seen in the last 90 days, I've seen what I have for Logie increase over the last 90 days. And so, again, being able to have this information, to be able to utilize it, to be able to see it. I told you my goal for Logie is I'm in the 3-figure. Now I'm trying to go to the 4-figure. And so, but watching it grow the way that it has grown, it's like, okay, that means I see what's working, and I need to be really deliberate about, okay, where I'm making those next investments and where I'm making those next steps. So that's why I said it's so valuable for us as influencers that when we're creating that content on, social media and things like that, we're going and we're being able to say, hey, this is through my connection to Logie, and this is the brand that I'm working with because of that connection. Because again, it gives you that social proof. It allows you to be able to uh, go back, and then later on you can say, okay, well, this particular video got this amount of engagement. And here's the thing, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can go to ChatGPT or whatever AI platform you use in order to get your script, in order to create like your caption, figure out what hashtags are going to work best for you. But that's literally how I've seen things increase over the last few months. And because, again, I've been very deliberate about how I've been utilizing AI, how I've been utilizing the products that I've gotten from Logie, I'm seeing the changes happen, which is why I've been able to come and share that information with you guys, and which is why I gave you all the homework that you guys have, which we're going to be doing, and then coming back and looking at the numbers for it come next month. It's because I've seen what's been working, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to gatekeep. This is what's been working for me. This is what's started working for me. I'm seeing the increase happen. So let's see if it works for other people as well. And again, it may not work for you, and we may realize that or find out that it's because the category that you're in, it doesn't work for that particular category. It may work for somebody else on a whole other level, even more than it worked for me. And it may be because of the categories that they're creating content for. We never know. So we are about to take things to a whole nother level. Lock in. This is your time. This is your opportunity to lock in. This is your community to lock in with. I know that there's going to be a lot of distractions. There's going to be a lot of people popping up saying that they are the information guru on this and that, and they know all of this, and they can show you how to make $50 million in 3 days. But the reality is most of them it's smoke and mirrors. And um, then when it comes down to the the nuts and bolts of it, um, they don't really have any information for you outside of what you're already receiving. Uh, we have some really great communities that we are connected with that are doing some phenomenal things. We have some extensions that, we talk about all the time. We have some programs that we talk about all the time. Why? Because we know the work that they do. We know how us as influencers, we've been able to use it and increase. But you're going to see a lot of people come out with, oh yeah, join this course, buy this book. This is the time of year where everybody's like, buy my book. I'm going to make it 99 cents because they want to be able to make it to the Amazon bestsellers list. That's a whole other topic for a different day. But there's so many different tips and tricks that people are going to try to throw your way. You don't want to get to a point where you are in information overload. I think that's one of the most important things. Don't don't get to a point where you're just consuming and you're not actually doing. Like, you have to do something. Consuming is great. Going to a webinar is great. Getting the information, writing notes, that's cool. What are you doing with the notes that you wrote down? Even the stuff that you wrote down from last year. What are you doing with the stuff you wrote down? What are you doing with the aha moment that you had 6 months ago? This year, lock in. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, likewise. Likewise, the last 3 months have been my highest for Logie. Trial and error, experiment and evaluate, pivot based on results. Exactly. And Andrew says, shoot, I do minimal marketing of my book. Need to do more for it. Listen, I I I guess I don't really share with you guys all of the stuff I've done. So like, you guys hear stuff from me and you're like, how does she know that? Where does that information come from? I've done a lot. I was hosting a podcast for 7 years. I have over 20 books published. I have been a speaker for since 2015, 2016. Content creator since 2015. So this is year 11 with content creation. And man, content creation as a micro influencer, and I've still been able to go and make 5 figures. Like, I've not, and again, this is why I'm saying this is the year to lock in. I'm locking in this year because I know I can do more. I know I can do so much more. I know I'm looking at people talking about how they're making 4 and 5 figures a month, just with Amazon. And I'm like, I know that I can do that. I've been fiddling with it. Michelle said, you hold down on this. I know. I'm like, I haven't told you guys all of. That's why I said this year you're going to start seeing more content about what I actually know, who I've actually done, and I mean what I've actually done, and where I've been. Like, I've done interviews with people from the White House. I've been in rooms with delegates, and I've done a lot, y'all. I did a lot. I did a lot. I pulled back a lot after seeing the other side of a lot of different industries, but yeah, this year we locking in. David said I did really well last year. Let's go, David. I knew you was going to do well. Now I have to figure out how to double my income, and that's where it is. Locking in, lock in, because we can. Here's the thing, and I can say this with all sincerity. There's somebody doing what it is that you want to do, and some of them have less experience, and some of them have less knowledge, and they're doing it simply because they went after it and they locked in on it. I told y'all, I think it was last week, that there was a gentleman, he was making 6 figures, lost it all, and is working with this place in Alaska. He moved to Alaska, in order for him to make the money. He's creating the content while he, is on this move, but he's documenting it. Like, if you've done it before, you can do it again. If you've done good, you can do better. The opportunity is there. Michelle said, I really want to build my YouTube channels and blogs. That's what I'm working on too. The YouTube channel, especially because I always hear Lane in my ear when it comes to the YouTube channel. So that's what I'm locking in on this year is the YouTube channel. I'm doing some stuff on TikTok. TikTok is still janky yanky for me. But my Instagram and my Facebook over the last, I think Instagram, I have like almost 10,000 views over the last couple weeks. It like skyrockets every once and again. Facebook, it's like 5,000 or something like that over the last month. Uh, like from week to week. But again, we know each platform is different, and being able to find ways to get that offsite to kind of go to, yeah. Listen, exactly. Michelle said it. Listen, you'll do posts and get like 100 views, the 10 views, and then do something and they'll be like 50,000. It goes viral. And you're just like, okay, well, that's what y'all really wanted to see, huh? But yeah, locking in, that will be one of the fireside chats for 2026 is YouTube. Be locking in on YouTube this year. I'm finally fixed I can read, I promise. I finally fixed my blog. So it is back up. I have lots of content on the back end, almost ready to post. I would love more eyes on my content. Oh, most definitely. And post it in the group too. So we can check it out. Cause Michelle has a blog too. So I know Michelle does blogging. I know Megan does blogging. I know Andrew does blogging. I think there was somebody else that had a blog as well. We're not going to talk about my blog. We're just not going to. And the Logie has a blog, of course.
A blog
Matter
and
of fact,
a new YouTube channel that we have to keep on reminding
I was just
everybody.
about to say that because
Yeah.
if you have not checked out the YouTube channel for Logie, go check that out because I want y'all to look at this at this thumbnail that they got me on.
I think you're the only one who's noticing it. I think you look beautiful,
I
and I
know
think that
I need y'all to tell me what this thumbnail looks like. Look at this thumbnail on YouTube. Go look
so
at the YouTube channel. But yeah, so there's
definitely,
snippets.
definitely, just search for Logie Inc. in one word. Logie Inc. Is the YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe to it so we can have so you'll be able to notified. Hit that all bell notification so you'll never miss any kind of video from Altovise, from Ileane, all the amazing tips that Lane is giving us, and we keep on updating it. So yeah, it's a brand new channel. Only 70 subscribers at the moment because nobody knows about it. So let's make sure that people will subscribe to it and share it so we'll be able to grow that YouTube channel. And also, by the way, Altovise, 2026 is a year that we're going to be putting a lot of efforts into the Logie YouTube integration just because of everything that we spoke about with Ileane in the last session and what you're saying right now. YouTube is a huge thing, and I'm going to make sure that literally this upcoming month, people will already be able to start utilizing an amazing YouTube integration. And I can't tell you too much about it. Just stay tuned because it's going to be a game changer for a lot of us. So
I
it's
would
going to
love
be
to be able to, and I'm just saying this on the back end because I'm like a big kid. I would love to be able to have the Logie YouTube videos auto populate on my website. I don't know if that's a thing. Like I would love, like somebody
you
got to
and
help me with that.
when you're
Like
saying
if
on
I
your
have a
website,
page,
when saying on your website, you mean on your like personal blog or
I have a
what
WordPress website.
on a WordPress? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
I have a blog page on there, but it's like it's different pages. I have different pages for it. I would love there to be a page where it would be like just Logie focused. But here's the thing, my website, I've had my website for years. It needs a whole overhaul. It needs a whole overhaul, y'all. So I've been slowly kind of overhauling it and changing it. Um, but it still gets views on my blog for my blog posts and things like that. But I think I would love to kind of set that up, have like my Logie page and everything all on one. And then yeah, I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me if that's a good idea or not.
So let me just tell you that we have an amazing WordPress integration already in place, and I think that allowing every log user with a WordPress site to have that integration should be super easy to accomplish. Um, but not a lot of people have a WordPress website when you come to think about it. I don't think that a lot of influencers, most of them, have their maybe YouTube channel, TikTok, and Amazon influencers that they keep on creating content. Our idea, okay, I can spill a little bit of the beans, but what we're gonna do is you'll be able to literally just upload to Amazon, and because Logi already has the videos that you upload to Amazon, you'll be able to set up an automatic upload to YouTube. So the second we discover that you uploaded a new video to Amazon, then Logi will be able to automatically, instantly upload that video to YouTube for you, so you don't have to worry about it. So we're testing it right now. This is one of these things, and once you have that in place, then we'll be able to add a lot of other integrations. We just want to make sure that this one will be smooth. The main idea is that eventually you'll be able to just upload it to Logie, and Logie will be uploading it for you for everywhere you want. But at the moment, like Lane keeps on teaching us, there's a lot of great other tools to do that. So we're not trying to, build something that's already built. But there are some easy things that we can implement, like the fact that, hey, Logi already has every content you create on Amazon automatically. You don't need to move a finger to do that. We do it to track the data so we can show our brands how you guys are performing. Why not, as soon as we grab that content from Amazon, post it for you automatically on YouTube? And if we can, generate an amazing thumbnail on the way and create a nice description with AI, and you literally can see your final video looking better than you ever thought it will be, why not, right?
Oh, also, are we going to be able to? Because I know with especially with us having like so many people in the community that like uh, give insight and information. They have the new collaboration option feature with YouTube, and so we could collaborate with some other YouTube channels that of the influencers in the community. And
How would you do that? What's your thought about it? How would
so
you?
I think it's when you upload, there's either a button or a section that you would go in to say that this is a collaboration, and then they give you a link. So I cheated and did it because I have two YouTube channels, and the video that I was uploading, it was a fun one, so I could do both my channels in it. And it creates a link that you send to the person, and then when they go to the link, they just accept the collab, and then when it comes up on both ends. It comes up on both channels. So, and both of you can see all the metrics for that particular video. So I'm playing around with it, seeing how it works, and we shall see. But and then mind you, both of my YouTube channels are connected to uh my Amazon account. So no funny business. But
But it
definitely
sounds amazing. It sounds
yeah,
amazing.
looking
It sounds
to see
like something
how
that, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
looking to see how it's going to give you more reach since it's something that they just implemented.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the things. And we spoke to when Ileane mentioned before that she wants to that she's offering all these amazing virtual assistant ideas for people to hire a virtual assistant or a real assistant or a family member's assistant. And I asked her to post it on Facebook. This can totally be one of these things that I would love to see. Like what you just said is something she didn't even think about adding there, but think about it. You can say, hey, one of the things I would like to see is whenever I upload a video, have it automatically be added to my WordPress. Why not? Why not? It's like it's amazing. So these are the things that I want to hear. If I don't hear it, I will never be able to do that.
And then I just saw an account, of course, Michelle said, I would love to. It says the YouTube collab feature only one account gets the watch time credit though. So whoever uploads the video gets the watch time credit, but both accounts get to see the the metrics for it.
I'm just thinking about, we're talking about metrics and stuff. Just the ability for the brands to see all these placements that they're getting their videos. It's so cool. We want to make sure that they enjoy and say, oh my God, my video is now appearing here and appearing there and appearing in all these places. Definitely, definitely amazing.
The
Oh
other
yeah.
thing too is that you can have up to 5 different collaborators with that. So if you have, a second channel, if you have the brand, if you have the agency like Logie, you could easily bring all those together. It'll get shared out throughout everyone's network. And then, like we were saying, everybody has access to the data. So if Logie could pull that data because you connected it with them, then they could possibly present that in a way on the dashboard. Here's your YouTube side of things on the
Oh, that
brand.
sounds like extra credit.
I love it. That's
Just
amazing.
saying, just
Because we
Oh, that's
saying.
talked
amazing.
about doing that video of multiple products from a brand and posting it. That sounds like extra credit. Doing it as a collabing with the brand and with Logie. I like it. I like it.
I love it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. This is why I love
And,
this.
and I also love when Lane opens up his microphone. Every time he opens up his microphone, I'm happy.
I was just about to say that. I love it because there's always some great insight either in the chat or people that come off of mute and give some insight, give some information as well. We love it.
I try to when I can, when I have a nugget to spare.
That one was a good one. Oh my goodness. Especially again, we have so many influencers that may be something that you're thinking about. I know we were talking about doing collaborations when it comes to the live streams on Amazon, but you could even do the collaborations on YouTube in a couple different ways. It may take a little bit of extra finagling to kind of get some things set up, but it's another option. All right, y'all, you have your marching orders.
Absolutely. So many things. I feel like now that it's 2026, it's time to get everything out on the table and just say, okay, come on, there's no excuses. There's an entire year ahead of us. Make sure that this year is a year to remember, you know?
Exactly. Let's do the work. Let's like uh, David said he's doubling. He's going to double what he did last year. So what are you going to do for this year? Are you going to double it? You going to triple it? What you going to do for this year? Are you going 5 figures? Are you trying to go 6 figures? What you going to do for this year?
Well, I can tell you that Logie is going to do at least 10 times what we did last year. So if we do 10 times what we did last year, that means that influencers are going to do 10 times as well.
Indeed, indeed. So we
Wow.
appreciate you guys. Don't forget the replay is always in the group. Thank you to the team, those behind the scene. We always appreciate them because they usually have the replay up by Monday or Tuesday. And you
Much faster
guys,
these days, much faster
right?
because we implemented this new YouTube integration. We're testing it on our YouTube channel first before we introduce it to you guys. But if everything works fine, literally in a few hours, you'll already have that video up and live on our new YouTube channel in a few hours
Very good.
with a new thumbnail generated by AI with you on it. So I can't wait for you to
Please go
tell me
look at
that
that
it's another
thumbnail, y'all.
mugshot.
I need y'all insight on this because they did me wrong on this thumbnail, I think.
Oh my God, the AI did you wrong. I'll add a,
AI did me wrong.
vote up, vote down for every thumbnail it generates. But I think that it's gonna get better and better. We'll fine tune it. It's just
Yeah,
the beginning.
indeed,
It's only
indeed.
gonna get better.
So I'm looking forward to it, you guys. If you have questions, feedback, by all means, once the video is up, always go ahead, put it into the comment section. If you have other things, you can reach out. Listen, exactly. See, I told you it looked like a mugshot.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't wait to see. Listen, this is 100% AI is doing it. We have such
Oh
a
my
crazy
goodness.
process. I want to see what he's gonna do today. We'll
And
see how it
Ehud is such
looks.
a sweetheart. He was like, "No, you look really good." And he was trying to be so supportive. I said, "It looks like a mugshot."
Oh no. So no, I'll make sure that I'll refine the prompt to say no mugshots accepted. Make sure that whatever the thumbnail is going to end up, everyone in that thumbnail must look like a beauty pigeon. And Michelle is laughing, but she doesn't know that during
Oh,
the testings, I have at least 20 thumbnails that she's
oh,
actually appearing in. And I think you saw a few of them maybe when I shared with you in the
oh
group.
gosh.
So it's like the AI is literally going through the video and it's choosing who's like talking during the video and what frame looks the best. And it's
Oh,
using it. It's a very sophisticated AI system. And I promise you, I'm testing it on our weekly Zoom meetings, but if everything's fine in the next 2, 3 weeks, hopefully, we're going to start pushing it to our creators to see how amazing it is. And I'll make a special webinar about it just to share it with you guys. And I think that is going to blow you away.
absolutely love it. Looking forward to it, you guys. And we will see you guys next week. You have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. Bye.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Altovise. Thank you so much, Lane. Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome. Bye, y'all.